Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my first official VOD review of Top Esports against RNG. It's the first game they played today. I'll just be going through what I think of these games, and I'll give my opinion on how basically what and why they're doing some stuff. And yeah, let's start with the team compositions. If you see both team comps, they're pretty straightforward. They're like all in basically, and basically, if you look at the champs as well, usually what I do is I categorize it in like the early game, mid game, and how they basically want to be addressing team fights. So for example, in the early game, right, I'm pretty sure Viego against these champs should be winning depending on the wave situations, but their champ is stronger. On mid 2v2, Vex Lee is stronger, but Galio has Predator. So if let's say Vex is overextended and his wave is bad and Lee Sin is not around, they can for sure easily kill him. There's some bot lane, these matchups, which is gonna be quite volatile. I think that the right side should be able to get the push if they play aggressive at least. And around Herald timings, if Gnar is big, it might be slightly difficult for them, but if it's a small Gnar, they'll be able to win the fights. So usually it's gonna depend as well on who's first from bot lane, and in mid game, Irelia should win on the side lane with Galio, so they should be able to always play man advantage. And yeah, let's see how this game goes. I think that this game, I would for sure path to bot side because Gnar should have the first push, because well, if Viego paths top and Gnar has the push, he won't even get the crap. Same for Vex, he'll be able to get the push as well if he wants to. And bot lane is really volatile as well. So if I was in Viego's shoes, I would path bot side here. So I'm just gonna play it fast forward a bit, 1.5. So Lee Sin is starting bot side, getting a leash, and Viego is starting solo. So this should mean that their bot lane should have the push because they leashed and they can like hit the backline means if they want and drop it to lower HP and have the push control as well. So, but they're actually not hitting it, so they're not hard contesting the push, and Zaya missed the Q, so now it might be slightly difficult. But they should have got on the push, and especially since, as you can see, they came a bit late, so they should think that Lisa started bot side, which means he's pathing up, and Viego is start pathing bot. So trading for them is good as well if they win it. Which I think they could have earlier if they wanted to. And hit the wave more, but let's move on. I'll play 2x. So Gnar has a push. Oh, they didn't respect level 2, so right now they're losing laning phase, which I don't think should have happened because they even leashed bot lane, which is really illegal to be able to do this. And this allows them actually as well, RNG, to have free base timing, which means that Leona can actually move to mid lane. And it's something that's not that great for top esports, because now Leona has like free time, he's applying pressure on Galio and Set is forced to stay. Right now, if you pay attention to what happened actually on bot side, this Aphelios right there, he actually got cancelled because he tried the base. So right now what should happen is that they should have a lot of tempo plus item advantage, but now because he got cancelled and now Zaya has a slow push, they'll be able to get, as Aphelios is staying as well, they'll be able to get an item advantage. So at this point they know for sure that Lee Sin is topside, which means that Irelia will need help at some point, because let's say, I don't know, Lee Sin staying around for like to gank, right? Then Irelia needs help. But Viego's pathing up, and Lee Sin is as well aware that Viego started top side, so he's not going to risk the 2v2, because he knows that they will lose it if Viego's behind. So he's not wasting time and just going bot side here. Right now, with that information as well, since they should know at least to start bot side the top, and Viego top the bot, they should know that Drake should be theirs at some point, because Aphelios has the base, and Lee Sin is forced to go towards top side. So usually 30-40 seconds later, around like 5:20-ish, Lee Sin should be around top side, and if he's not farming. So usually, if both junglers are reverse clearing, usually the jungler, the paths top the bot, will get the Drake. Especially if bot lane has base advantage. Because right now, Xayah should be saying, Aphelios is probably going to be basing after the wave. And Xayah is strong in the fight. And Galio is basing as well with Predator. So Viego, with this information, is going to start a Drake, which is really good because they know that Aphelios is going to be basing. One thing as well is that I mentioned how they know that Lee Sin started bot the top, so he'll end up in the top side, right? Which means as well that RNG is aware that Viego is going top the bot. So right now, I believe, if you look at the waves actually, Gnar has a slow push right now. So Irelia is scratching the wave, right? So now at this point, you can see it on the thing, but right now Gnar for sure has a slow push. So right now, they know as well that since Viego is going top the bot, that if he builds a slow push and mid has push and Viego's bot side, they can for sure look for a top lane dive. Like both teams are aware of each other's pathing and they're making the right play accordingly. So right here, as you can see, Viego is taking the Drake here because they know as well that Lee Sin is going bot to top and their AD has base advantage. That's the most important. The AD has a base advantage. So Aphelios still needs the base, so they're getting the Drake here. And right there, as you can see, there is a slow push on the top, which means that right now, if they communicate, hey, Viego should be bot side, because he's our top to bot, they should know he's for sure on bot side. So Vex right now, they should be communicating, hey, I have a slow push top, and then jungler should be saying, oh, Viego is probably pathing top to bot. Then mid lane can communicate, hey, I can push mid and come top lane. So the only thing they have to identify is, okay, which wave can we dive top lane? And in their case, I would probably be saying on this wave, that wait, I'll try to show you. I guess that wave would be the wave that they should be diving the top. But right now, Vex should as well know that Galio needs the base. What he should have done is just take the wave here a little bit, then walk up on him and try to cancel him. If he manages to cancel him, he'll get so much tempo and top lane will be really free. So like if I was this Vex, actually, I would have just do exactly this. Make sure that he's gonna have a greedy base timing, because he's thinking that, okay, Vex is walking like back, I can base like right here or something. But if Vex walks up, like this guy to cancel his base run further. But Galio is actually smart and he's basing quite far away. But most mid laners wouldn't do that, but these mid laners are fucking good, by the way, so they do it properly. But yeah, if they communicate actually about what I said, about pushing, Vex should be hard pushing this mid wave, and Lee Sin right now, after the wolves, should be sprinting top. If they do this, and the enemy Viego is not covering, he should be losing that farm. So either Viego decides to cover top and not farm, or he takes bot side camp and he gets dove. So right now, I'm not sure if RNG is hard pushing it. Okay, he was trying to hard push, but the thing here is that the Gnar should have crashed the wave early about right now. Because right now, if he crashed the wave, Vex could even take the plant, and if he stays around, he will get killed. So the thing is as well that right now, sorry, not like right now, but especially right now, they see that the enemy has slain the Drake. So they know that Viego cannot be here. Set his bot lane, so Top Esports right now is like saying, guys, I will get dove. So it would have been better if Gnar actually hard pushed, because that way he can deny all the farm. Because right now, after they took the Drake and Top Esports is aware that they have a slow push, Irelia right now is calling for help and he's saying, guys, there's a slow push, I need help. So what's happening right now is that since bot lane was strong side, they get the push as well. Plus they knew that the Aphelios needed base. So now Seth is using his base timing to run to top lane from base. And he's basically just leading top lane to make sure he can catch the wave. Because imagine for whatever reason, Seth was still showing bot, Viego cannot be top lane yet. They would for sure like even continue here. They would stay here and try again. If it was possible. But now they know that their support is missing and they're calling like, hey, he's probably coming top, so you have to take care. So right now, that's actually really good from them, from Top Esports, that they allowed the Viego to keep farming while Seth is running top lane. And that guy just has to wait a little bit and they'll back off because they know that Seth might be running top lane. So both teams played according to both Jones' pathing and tried to punish them accordingly. The Top Esports here did really well, where Seth's like instantly running top lane to cover because, like I said, Irelia screaming help. So Seth's running. Maybe that 1 minute, to be honest. I think it was a little bit greedy. I think he could have maybe died, but maybe he's just insanely good, because if he managed to get stunned, the Gnar, he was dead there. But yeah, right now, the set's still coming. But now, the moment they back off, Set's just walking back because they know he's fine. So this is perfect. So that was pretty good. Okay, so right now, they know at least one top set, right? And their mid and bot are pretty chilling. Like, even on this Viego, I would for sure want to play around bot side right now. And they have full vision as well. So this is really good what they're doing. They don't have any wards here. So let's play it normal actually. So looking for bowling gank here. Let me look real quick. It is good because they don't have any vision wards and the wave is bad. But the thing is that let me see what happens actually. I think right now the information is that Lee Sin cannot be here. He was top side and the wave is bad. So what he's doing is good. But right at this point, I would just hit the Leona to make sure he gets E'd. Because right now, it's 3v2, and if he gets Leona E'd, it's like perfect. So if he can like play like this and hit Leona one time to be like, oh, what the fuck, maybe I'm trolling, then Leona will be dying here. But right now, I think Saya is just walking too far away, and they didn't manage to get a good fight here, basically. So as you can see, like it would have been pretty good if you just hit the Leona. Like the moment they start walking a bit, they still don't see them, but now just hit them. And then try to root him or something, so you can get his flash. Because if he is in there, then that Leona's just dead. Okay, in this case, they sadly didn't manage to get anything, but it's okay, but not the most optimal. But right now, the issue is that Viego is going to go to his top side and listen again to his bot side, which means that their bot lane should be able to get away first, because they know that like after waiting 10-20 seconds, almost no jungler is going to camp in the bush and keep waiting, because he needs to farm. So right now, usually around 7:30, that's the wave that they would like to get Herald. Depending on whoever gets the bot push. Let's say Top Esports getting the first bot push, right? If Viego starts the Herald instantly with their bot lane moving, they can get it, and then they can basically go back to the laning phases. So right here they get the first bot push, so they could start the Herald instantly. But the thing is that Galio is basing here, so they can't. So in this case, Xayah will have to go back bot lane, and in this case, I'm pretty sure that RNG is aware that I think they're gonna put a ward down or something, and then they're gonna try to push the next bot wave. But imagine actually here that, I'm not sure what is possible, but imagine right here, if Galio needed a base, let's say, I think if Galio based right here instantly, and if Bolin said like, hey, we have the bot push, right? What would happen is that if he matched the base, he would be able to be on mid lane, on this wave, the Galio, and if he's able to go on that wave, that would mean that, let's say right here, he doesn't need the base, right? He's on that wave. Viego could take a red buff and instantly start a Herald, and Gnar will be as well as small Gnar, which means that Gnar is basically fucking useless. Like small Gnar against Irelia and their Bolins first, it means that Herald should be free for them. But since Galio had the base, one wave later, right now they can't actually instantly start it. So now, this makes RNG move first, and it's going to be a bit more trickier. So now, in this case, RNG is moving first. So I'll just speed it 2 times fast. Okay, so in this case, Top Esports is aware that they're first, right? Which means that Xayah is stuck, so Xayah now is screaming, guys, enemy is first. So Galio should know, and Viego too, that this next mid wave they can't contest because they have man advantage. So from Top Esports perspective, if that's the case, they just want to make sure that they can delay the Herald. And in order to delay the Herald, they have to try to push the next bot wave, push the top wave, and make the enemy start it, and then fight them after. So right now, instead of Viego going mid lane, that guy's just going top to make sure that he can guarantee the top lane push here. And before I started this video as well, I said that Viego and Viego and Irelia win the 2v2, so they can easily get a top lane push here. As you can see, I think the Irelia had a freeze here, with around Herald timings especially, and especially if the enemy bot lane is first and get mid priority, freezing is really bad. Because if you freeze here, Gnar can just secure the Herald with their first move, and it's not good. Because then Irelia actually can't move, and this is bad. So in this case, he will start pushing soon, I believe. Let's see if he pushes actually, I'm not sure. And yeah, they're just gonna play safe around mid lane here. I think what Galio did here was like a little bit risky. Because imagine Lee Sin was in the bush here, and he just gets Insect. I feel this Leona is first. This could have been bad for him. But maybe he used Predator. No, he didn't. Okay, that was a bit risky for him to be honest. Lee Sin could have been here and just Insect him, and it's just lost. Because Gnar will as well be first. Yeah, right here, they are... I'll just play normal speed actually, or like 1.25. So right here, they're getting the top push. And Gnar will be stuck in the tower. And as you can see, they're not contesting the mid wave. So right now, Gnar is stuck in the tower. So if they start Herald, they'll have like... It's bad for them. Because Gnar has to catch the wave and they will get fisted. So right now, they're first from top side and Gnar stuck. So this means it's a 5v4. So right now, Top Esports is trying to like take river control and make sure they can take the next mid wave. But like if the enemy is given opportunity, which means they're giving range, then they will look for sure, because Gnar's stuck in the tower, and these guys, what they should be doing instead of river here, because I think they tried to catch them, but if they're human, they don't die. But right now, they should just make sure they take the mid lane wave, and then Gnar can actually try to push top lane as well, so they're all stacked together. But then the enemy split, and they can easily collapse on one side, because this team comp can easily just run towards one side, and they can't really do much about it. But in this case, like I said, yeah, they're looking for an engage here, because they know Gnar's top lane, he's split, so they're going for a fight here, which is really good, because they have man advantage. Okay, they kill the Vex, so now they can go for the Herald. So the thing is that if you kill people before you go Herald, you should always think, are you strong enough to turn, basically? And if they're not, they should just like base or push waves base and try it next time again. But in this case, Lee Sin has no ultimate, this guy has no ultimate, and they have Zaya, Viego, and Irelia ultimate. So they can for sure do it. Like, their champs will be stronger. So right now, Viego's out just hitting it, and they're looking for a turn if they come. If not, they're just gonna finish and base. But it's really good that they keep this position, because if someone's gonna face check and give range, they just want to instantly go on them. And Set as well is first. So if RNG wants to fight this, let's say in their perspective, they have to fight as soon as possible, because the longer they wait, the closer Set will be. So they can't wait till it's like 2k HP. They have to actually go kind of fast. So Ming is just going in because he knows he's like in a time limit. And they were cheating in the bush. And for sure they lose this fight, since, yeah, Viego's getting a reset. That guy dies as well. They're getting a little bit fisted. But yeah, they managed to get the Herald, and if they came in, they turn, which they did, and they killed them, which is really good. So, I mean, I'm gonna skip the replay. Actually, you can watch it, I guess. But it's actually really good. Not sure if you guys noticed it, but it's like a small detail. Right here, this is Top Esports perspective. So even though Gnar's stuck in the tower, it's really difficult for them to just walk in the bush, because they actually have no vision. It's like black, and they don't see anything. But right now, his sweeper actually sees them, and they know that he sees at least 2 people. So that guy's just going in, because they're not in the bush here. And even if support dies, who cares? Because if they use everything on support, the fight will usually be won. Because like the guy will be full HP, and it's just, yeah, who cares about support role, you know? They should just die. So right here, the moment he goes in, now they're like, okay, they're all there. Now I can actually face check and use everything on support. And they win the fight, and are super far away as well. So they played actually quite good. So in this case, let's see. I need to check the Drake timer. It's coming up in like soon, I guess. It should be coming soon. But right now, they're pretty fat. The Drake's up. Let me check the items. Okay, blade. Okay, at this point, they want to play for the Drake. So right now, they have bowling tempo on Zaya, which means that the Aphelios has to catch the wave, and they're going to be split. So usually if you play Aphelios, you want to be together with the team. And if you're split, it's going to be a bit awkward to fight. So right now, I'm pretty sure as well, right side is stronger for a fight. So if they want to, they can start a Drake. And Gal has ultimate? No, it doesn't. And then Gal has Predator, so he can easily join. But right now, if the left side team is coming from left and Aphelios is coming from right, it's really difficult for them to fight because Aphelios is not a flanker. He has to be together with the team. So either these guys should have been moving like all the way with Aphelios to fight it, and Vex look for a good ultimate. Like this is really difficult because now Aphelios has to run all the way around in order to team fight. So it's quite difficult, and I think the only reason why they're actually going for this play is because right now Irelia uses TP on top lane, which means that Gnar has TP advantage, but his TP is like the shit TP. So right now in this case, from top Israel's perspective, this is like a really good fight. They see Aphelios, he's split, they're strong, they have like a guy flanking in case they come in, because they always win. So it's like, it's never good to have like everyone hitting the Drake, because if you have tempo and you're first on objective and your vision the enemy doesn't, you don't want the enemy to walk in for free. If they do, you should either poke them or just fight them, especially if enemy team split like this. But right now, I think RNG is thinking, okay guys, we have TP advantage, so we want to fight this. But they're not patient enough, and they're just fighting, and they lose it. It was a pure 44, but as you can see, they lose. I just don't see them winning. As you can see, Aphelios was not even in the fight. And if they don't go right now, the Drake will be gone. And if the Drake is gone, the right side can decide to just run away and they don't get anything, basically. So they're forced to go instantly, because they see like it's gonna die, the Drake. So from as well the top lane's perspective, that guy should be saying, Gnar is TPing, make the fast play. Because right now they can take the Drake and leave if they want to. But I see Lee Sin stepping up a bit too far, so they're going for him and kill him, which is good. But right now Irelia should really be screaming like, please, please, like, Gnar's first, like, don't greed. And then the right side should be aware, okay, okay, back, back, back. So now, if they actually decide to run away, if they could have at least, or even earlier, after taking the Drake, it would have been really good, because now, if Gnar TP'd, which they should know that he can do, he would get free top platings, and they take the Drake, so they wouldn't get anything. And right now, Gnar has Ninja Tabis actually as well. That guy didn't even base, I think. Yeah, okay, that guy didn't even base. So that guy right now is TPing with Ninja Tabi, and he really has one item. So it will be completely over. So right here, if they just run away, I'm sure they could have. Maybe just kill him and then everyone think of the bigger picture, just run. I'm sure they could run away, I think. Because look at Jackie Love. That guy's like walking left and right, like, oh, maybe on the fight. That guy could easily run away to Africa. And I'm sure it's on this Viego if you want to pick Lee Sin and just run. Everyone. Just get out. Aphelios is super far. Leon has no flash, can't go in. Vex, I guess, can ultimate in, but he can't really do much. Gnar's in Africa. They can all just run away. And the game's over right here. So the information I explained before about basically the teleport. Like, they're split right here. So top esports wants to force a fight. But now RNG is saying, guys, have TP advantage, we can fight. But it's the most shit TP because it's not 14 minutes yet. And if top esports, top lane communicate like the right thing, which is like, take Drake and fast play. Then they see someone inting, that's fine, kill him fast. But now just run away. And it would have been so fucking insane, because now Irelia would be like, take the next wave, Gnar still needs the base. and he would get at least 2 to 3 platings. But now they died, which is a bit sad, but it's still fine. But not the greatest, obviously. There's a little pause. I'll just skip that actually. Is this after the Drake? Okay, that's after the Drake. But yeah, these are like the things that usually happens in pro play and how people are communicating, and that's how it usually is. Okay, so right now, let me see the items real quick. Okay, so if you look at items right now, the right side is for sure winning right now. They should see enemy AD item, which is not one item yet, and Zai has one item already. And mid jungle is fucking fat. Like, they can always play through mid, go into bot. They have the Herald as well, so it's gonna be quite free to just play towards bot side. So if I'm Viego right now, I would just clear top the bot and just fuck them up basically, because Zaya can just hit him in the tower if he wants to. He's used the Herald. I mean, it's 30 minutes, but I don't need to see why. Okay, I think the reason why he uses Herald is because, look, right? Usually how a Herald works is that you don't use Herald on the opposite side where the enemy jungler is. That way, you can take the most platings. So right now he sees Lee Sin on the ward here, I think. Yeah, he sees Lee Sin on the ward here for sure. So as you can see, there's like a ward right there. So that ward, basically, he sees. So Viego knows that Irelia can crash the wave. So he can just use the Herald on top side, and he can pep bot. So right now, the enemy sees this as well. So they're like, Viego, stop, dive bot. But the thing is that they're actually still quite strong. But right now, their job is to wait for the team. Viego is even skipping red buff because basically they're gonna dive ball in, right? So everyone's leaning just to make sure that Zaya can catch the wave. And after he catches the wave, they can go back to farming. But right now, like, the right side is still stronger. So if they stay around, they will get fisted. And this Herald is actually really good because Lee Sin was bot side. He can't respond to it. And right now, enemy team respond with a bull in threatening basically. But right side is playing really good. They're backing off the tower. And the moment team's close enough, they will step up again. But knowing that information, if I was like RNG, what I would have done is like, make sure you clear the vision here. Because usually what happens is that, let's say they clear the vision here, right? Everything. They can just go back to mid lane. And then the RNG, Gala, can just stand here in front. Because Gala would just stand right here, right? And just clear the wards and leave. I can guarantee you that these guys will never ever step up because they think that they're still around. But let's say they're stepping up. Gala can just walk back and Vex can just keep the mid pressure. And if the enemy team does not have any vision, then Gala is like leading bot lane, right? So when he leans bot and Vex walking back mid lane, and let's say Vex is not showing here, okay? Because the thing is that they're actually playing accordingly. The support's going in front, the team's close enough. If they go on support, they will all die. Like literally. So they played right, and the left side should have assumed that they're like kind of human, right? So what they should have done is just go back to mid lane after clearing everything. The AD carry fake pressure, make sure that top esports is committing all the resources, and meanwhile Vex is pushing mid lane again, gets a free base, and Aphilis as well. So now they'll be ahead in tempo, and that Herald that they used previously, top esports, is still good. But basically left side is getting tempo from it because they're sweating the right side. But now, because they didn't back off, and they tried to go for the kill. Yeah, I think they tried to go for the kill, but it's difficult because they have like ulti and it's a set as well. They're getting collapsed, I guess. Yeah, they're getting collapsed and they're getting a bit fisted. Yeah, they're getting fisted basically. Because things, their response was very good. They see Viego on top side. They had the mid push. But the thing that they missed, not really missed, but the thing that they had to just keep in mind is that the moment they see that guy not showing anywhere in the tower, they're aware of it and they're waiting for backup. The moment that happens, it's best, like I said, for the AD carry to walk up, fake pressure, make sure that they think that the team is still around, and just pressure mid again, and then base. What would happen then is that Galio would still have to catch mid lane wave, and then base, and then Vex again has like one free turn. And then even though bot lane is losing, like, it doesn't matter. It's like mid lane gap. But now they're getting fisted because, like I said previously, they're weaker 44 and they just can't win this. So it's how both teams could have played it out. So right now they're trying to get some freebies, but okay, it was a nice try. Okay, so right now usually after fight, right, they have some gold, so they're probably gonna just push out the wave and they're gonna be basing. So I'll just play fast. So right now if I'm Viego, I would see what's plopping here on bot side. If there's nothing, I would just right now base, go top the bot, and again, play for bot side. And right there, as you can see, Drake comes up in 2 minutes. So if Viego now bases, goes top the bot, they can do the exact same thing. And enemy can't really play the game. So I'm not sure how much gold Viego has, but he didn't base the whole time. Like, as you can see, his whole team based. Like, Irelia base, Xayah base, Set base, Galio base. So right here, what he should have done is just base together with the team, clear his top side, and then play through a lane to get full control around the objective he wants to play towards, which is the Drake. But now he is oinking. I'm not sure what he's doing there. And I'm sure this has consequences, what he's doing. Because he's really oinking, thinking that enemy teams like subhumans. But instead of doing this, he could have based, run to his top side. Or let's say for whatever reason he needed an item. He could have run from here, 1425, easily to his top side. But right now he's wasting 10, 15, 20. Basically wasted 20 seconds. And those 20 seconds actually have huge consequences because imagine right now, right? Right now, their AD carry he gets pressure on bot lane, right? So imagine instead of oinking for 20 seconds, Xayah gets the push now. And Ophelia is stuck in the tower, which means that they get a man advantage to contest this mid wave right here. So if Viego didn't oink for 10 seconds and he based, he could have been around mid lane right here and contest the wave. Because Xayah is stuck on the... Sorry, not Xayah. Ophelia is stuck on the tower. And they should for sure be able to get this wave. And then they should have river control here. And if they try to fight, left side will lose because right side is really cracked right now. But the thing is right now is that... Viego is now basing, and the Drake's coming up in like 1 minute maybe? Like he based 1.1k gold, which means that for sure if he based, after the teammate to play on bot side, they could have contested mid wave easily and keep the control. But right now they didn't, so enemies first, which kind of blows. So that means that top esports have to be really careful. And if I was this Mark guy, I would not walk into the river, because right now Gnar actually run towards the Drake as well. So it's a bit risky. So you have to use his flash. I mean, once top esports fucked up actually, and if they want to fight the Drake, which is the third Drake, which is really important, they should recognize that right now they're first on mid lane, which means that they can't really take maturity control. So from Viego's perspective, or their whole team, they should know that they should contest through the bot lane wave. Because mid lane wave is not theirs anymore. Because like they have the mid push, they can't really go anywhere in the river. So if Viego actually went on this bot lane wave right there, then he could actually, and the support is not standing here because he was still with support, they would push the bot wave because I'm sure they win against them 3v3. Then Galio is just like AFK mid, make sure he doesn't get caught. Then same thing would happen. Aphelios would be stuck in the tower. Galio has ulti to join, even though he's catching in the tower. And at the moment Aphelios is stuck in the tower, they can just walk in aggressively with the Galio hovering with ulti, and they can take full river control back. But right now, instead, what Viego did is he took his wolves, and they can't do anything. I mean, they used their turn to try to kill the set, but usually what would happen is they would take the mid wave, and then Aphelios can take the bot wave, and they have full river control. And it will be difficult for them to contest. So the only way they can win right now is having a good Irelia flank and just walk in. So as you can see right now, they could have had full river control if they contested this bot wave here, and Galio just chill a bit, and Set doesn't give opportunity here. And then Aphelios stuck in the tower. Vex has to show mid lane as well, because Galio can just Q, ult, and E away. And the moment Vex shows, he'll be first with his ultimate, they have bot push, and everything will be theirs. But right now, because they took the wolves and Seth went in the river, they lost flash, don't have any control, and it's just a bit awkward. So right now, enemies first, and Irelia has teleport, so from their perspective right now, because they fucked up like 2 plays, or 2 times in a row actually, their tempo, they have to salvage it by making them hit the Drake as much as possible, and then Irelia TPs behind. That is their best play right now. So the moment, like let's say Drake's around 2k, enemy is pretty much committed. So they will stay around here, and if they see Irelia TP and they back off, right side top esports can take the Drake, and if they commit on the Drake, Irelia will have a good flank. So that's what they should do. So in this case, because the TP so earlier, neither teams are forced to the Drake because like there's no need. So right now RNG is just looking at the TP, and there's no reason for them to hit the Drake. So in this situation, it's actually really awkward because like now it's just a pure front to back fight where Gnar, and he doesn't really get like, he can get easily big Gnar, and it's gonna be a bit awkward for them. Because I think right side champs are like better at this moment, but none of them can actually flank. And Seth lost his flash as well, so it is going to be quite difficult for him to find a good engage. And if you look at their team comp as well, one of them, like the Seth cannon is a suicide, Galio ultimate in, and create some space, and then fight. And Zaya can just poke before the fight. Let's just see how the fight goes here, because I don't think it's gonna go too hot. Okay, Arn, he missed his ultimate. Seth just gets one shot. And he's the ogre. So let's see if Seth can actually find a good ult. I mean, if Seth can find a good ultimate for some reason, because Gnar is still like small Gnar. Like fighting ACP, and if you can somehow get a fight going, it would be really great. But without flash, the mistake from before, it's a lot harder right now. And especially since they don't have any control and they have the position. So now Seth is trying to look for an ultimate, I see. But he can't find the right angle, because he's trying to hit it on the Aphelios. But right now without flash, as you can see, it's like, bruh. So like, now the AD carry has just OP guns, and he can free hit, and he steals both summoners. So they lose the fight, and it's no BNO. But there's like 2 scenarios that could prevent this happening by playing tempo properly, and after they fuck up, recognizing how to take it back, like using your strong laners to like recover the tempo. But so right now Aphelios showed on bot lane, so they're gonna go for the Herald, knowing Herald is free. So I'm just gonna play it faster again. So right now they can just take the Herald since Aphelios showed bot lane. So after the Herald, they're still in a good position. Like Irelia is still fucking fat. Viego is really, really strong as well. Like Zaya against their champs is like the dream. And I think their champs are better overall if they play properly. Oh wait, what the fuck. Okay, right now they used double TP. So right now they want to play for bot tower since they're in the top tower, and he sees the teleport, so he's running away. But when this happens, and he's fine, Galio will have TP advantage. So this is really good. So right now, as long as they play to defend bot lane, make sure that they can dive him, Galio will have insane tempo on top lane, and he has TP advantage. So the moment Galio is pressuring top, one of them has to go top, and both of them has no teleport. So they will for sure be able to take bot tower. So right now when Galio pushes top wave here, he has teleport, so they can easily like just move towards bot side, or like he can move towards mid, get mid priority, and just dive bot on this wave really easily if they want to. So he can just lead mid lane, knowing that one of them will probably go top. If not, and let's say, I don't know, their mid or top is showing mid lane, just push another top wave, and then have your teleport ready for like a bot fight. But very likely, usually, teams will catch this wave, and when they do that, you can get mid priority here, and use that wave to dive bot lane. It's like the moment Vex shows on top, they will lose bot tower here, on that wave. So now Zaya can move towards the bot side if he wants to, and take bot tower. But I guess in this case, he has a second item, so he prioritizes a good base over an objective, which makes sense because they can always take the bot tower. Okay, there's a teleport here, which is good if they could have killed them. But it's still fine in this. Okay, right now, guys, if you look at the items, by the way, Xayah is fucking cracked. It's not even funny. So right now, Xayah is screaming, guys, I'm fucking OP, we can look for any fight. And Aphelios needs to base at some point. So this is their golden opportunity to look for any fight. And it's really good what top esports is doing because Xayah is fine alone on mid lane. And Vex is showing top lane without teleport. And Leon is showing mid. Which means that it's a 4v2 on bot. And they will get bot tower here. And they have the Herald. So if Vex decides to continue pushing top lane, they can use the Herald to take either mid or bot. But anyway, Vex has to base. Because they have insane tempo. So right now, they took bot tower. Vex is still showing top lane. Like right now, top esports should be shouting, guys, we have Herald, we have a lot more tempo, we should keep going. Especially if you have tempo, you should make the enemy base first, instead of you base into the top, if that makes sense. So right here, they're moving 4 mid, Nars took bot, they'll for sure get the mid push here. Vex is still showing top, so Viego should be using the Herald mid lane here. If you use Herald mid lane here, he will take mid tower, and even the second one I think, if Vex doesn't come. But if they use Herald mid, and Vex comes, they can always rotate the bot lane. So Irelia, what they should do is slow push this a bit, make sure that the wave's like crashing like right here. Like imagine it doesn't hit the tower, and you see this wave right there. Not sure if you see it, but imagine you actually waits with the wave. And what would happen is that the wave would be in the middle, they pop the Herald mid lane here. They can't defend, mid tower is gone. Then Xayah can push alone, and Viego set threatened from behind, because if they stay in the tower, they will die. If they don't, the second Herald's gonna crash, and it's perfect. And if Vex doesn't come, the thing is that they can even rotate the bot lane with the big fat wave and take bot tier 2. So like with the Herald play, they could take 2 towers, 3 towers actually, and they only lose 1 tower. If Vex decides to continue. But right here, they use the Herald really bad. It even dies. Right here, like, they should already be aware that if Vex is not TP, they should really use the Herald on mid lane here. So Viego right now, just pay attention to him. He should run in a straight line to mid lane, instead of going there where he's going. Put the Herald. After he puts the Herald, make sure that they can push out the Lee Sin from this bush, like right here. And the moment they push out this guy from the bush, this Aphelios is never gonna stand here. And when that happens, it'll crash as well for sure the next one, because they can't hit the Herald. And as well, Gnar is gonna be sweating, because there's a big fat wave on bot that they can use as well to rotate. So they can make it crash the second one, and just go bot lane and take the tower. And they can't do anything about it. But the Herald is bad. They could have used offshore a lot better. And they crashed the bot wave too fast as well. And all of this they could have done just because Vex used teleport previously and he's deciding to stay top. But I think they didn't take as much as they could have. Because right there, as you can see from my explanation, this mid tower for sure is theirs. If they use Herald with the wave properly. And they could after rotate the bot lane. And they should have no wards on the... They should be able to push Lee Sin here out easily. Imagine Xayah walks with the wave, even slow push a little bit. And then they just push out Lee Sin. It's just over for them. So right here, they could have done that, but didn't do that. So now as well, because they cringed it, I think Vex is going to continue till they show that they're going to defend. Because they defend the Herald, Gnar sketched in the bot, like, why would they not continue? Okay, it just takes the golems and base, I guess. Okay, so right now at this point, as you can see, the Drake is 130. If you check the top right corner, the third Drake is like really important. So let's just see how they play the tempo part for the Drake. So right now they're probably talking about items like who's stronger and how do you want to fight. I would say that Xayah is for sure stronger. If you look at his items, he's like 2 items and one more thing as well. I'm not sure if Xayah needs the base, but right here Xayah takes Red Buff and Raptors. and he's going mid lane. And right now, he's getting the first move, which means that they will have the bot side vision. So, what the fuck? What just happened? Time just skipped. It looked like, anyway. Yeah, Xayah is first on like bot side, which means that it's a lot harder for the enemy team to just face check. Because imagine right here, Xayah has tempo on bot side and then contest the Drake. It's really difficult because Xayah can just press QE and chunk you for fun, and you can't really do too much about it. And with this as well, Xayah has the first push, which means that Galio will also have the push. And then they won't have any control. So the Drake's coming up in like 20 seconds. So it is going to be really difficult for them to do anything. But I'm pretty sure as well, like, right side completely fists the left side. I think they're just stronger at the moment. So knowing this, from left side perspective, they should know that they have no control. They can't even win. So they have to trade. I think that Lee Sin, if he could have went to top, it would have been better. But he went to golems. But right now they should know that Drake's gone. They should try to trade, and it's just impossible to contest. Because the same thing will happen what happened like previously. Sets is gonna stand in the bush. Viego can even solo the Drake if he wants to, and Xayah can just keep poking them while they come in, because they don't have any vision. And left side doesn't have any tools to face check. So while they come in, they'll take free damage, and it's just hard to contest. Oh, so right now they had actually a really good TP ward there. Actually, that's actually pretty crazy, actually. I'm not sure if it's planned or not, that TP ward, but anyway, I'm really not sure if it's intended. But anyway, like, the Drakes come in 130, that TP ward is just fucking good. That TP ward allows them actually to, like, kill whoever's on top lane overextending, because I'm not sure if they're, like, that smart that they know Drake is gone. But if they're aware of that, and they plan, okay, we have a TP ward behind, it's really crazy, you know? Because look right here. They know at this point for sure, they go into Drake. Drake's really difficult. So right now Leon is already moving and the TP behind, which is good, because this is the only play they have to kill the weak side, and you should always trade sides if you cannot contest the objective side. So right now they killed him, they lose the tower, okay. I mean, they got the third Drake, which is really huge, and I'm telling you, most teams would actually try to fight it, even though they know they can't, but it's better to like actually just trade sides. Okay, so at this point, the Drake's like 4 Drakes, 4 mins. Okay, so at this point, they just want to have the TP on bot, play towards the top side, get some vision there, and let's see how they do it. So right now, dude, that Xayah is so OP, by the way. But right now, they have the bot push. What happens all previously, so you guys know. So right now they killed Irelia, right? So they have full control there, etc. So they need to regain the control. So right now, Irelia can go bot lane and push the wave. Aphilis can move first. Right now, top esports are aware that Aphilis can move first, which means that he can move to the side lane, to either top or bot. So if you're playing side lane, your job is to take the wave as fast as possible and make sure that you can be there on the next mid wave to contest if you win 5-5, which I think they do. So Irelia right now should just be blowing the wave, move safely towards the team, and go get topside control back again. I guess right now they're getting vision watch for Irelia, but once it happens, they should just leave, because if enemy teams, let's say, playing safe, they don't actually have anything to take here, because they want to be pressuring the top side where Baron is. That way, the enemy team will have to face check, and if that's the face check is Xayah and set flanking, then good luck. But right now, there's nothing on the bot side, so there should be no reasons for them to do anything here. But just putting wards for Irelia, that is fine, because he wins 1v1, and that will allow him to create a lot of pressure. So right now, I would just go back to the top side, because they have the things they wanted, the wards, and Galio can just go back top lane and get the wave in. They have the mid push as well. Okay, wait, let me slow down here. Okay, right now they're going for bot side, but this is as well enemy giving them opportunity. So they are in their mind thinking, okay, they're giving them opportunity, so they're gonna try to kill them. But let's say they're not trolling here, obviously. They would just go back to top side and pressure you. But right now they see them on a ward, and they know that Aphilis is probably going to catch mid lane, so they're going to try to go for a play here, which is good, because they do win 5v5, and if the enemy team gives you the opportunity, you should go for it. But if they're not trolling, You just want to make sure that they have to respond. Because in this case, honestly, they don't have to be here, RNG. I think that the enemy team ulted and they saw that Gnar had Big Gnar. And if Gnar has Big Gnar, you don't really want to be fighting a Big Gnar in this choke point. Because this little rock here is the most broken shit ever for Gnar. Like, it's yikes. So right here, I would not want to fight this. And I think they recognize that, yo guys, Gnar has a really good position. If that guy went in here, by the way, what Gnar could have done is just stand here AFK, throw boomerangs, and their backline will never follow. Because it's just really difficult. Gnar will just have a really good flank, and they'll just have a free target to hit. So they're gonna back off here. Oof, that was really close. Not sure if you guys saw it, but I'll show it. Like here, I think he didn't have vision, but Seth could have ulted the Gnar right here to make sure that the team is chilling. And try to maybe get a good E off, and like with Galio ult. But the thing is that Irelia already uses ultimate, and Gnar is big. So even if he ults in, I don't even think they win it, because they'll just be suiciding. Like, Irelia is not going to be a champion, Zaya has to run into them, when it's the best champ to kite, basically. So it's either way a lose-lose situation, because he had Big Gnar. But these mistakes happen, because if you see the opportunity, you should always go for it. But the mistake, or the thing that I didn't think about, is just Big Gnar, and that's really it, I would say, really. But I love Chinese players, they're so fucking crazy, man. And they're so fucking good as well. Okay, so right now at this point, yeah, they could have played towards the top side, but they took a fight that wasn't optimal for them, because, like I said, they just saw a Big Gnar. Like, right now, they would have went in, I think. Like, really, but they see the Big Gnar, and they're like, change their mind, and they're like, ah, never mind, let's not go for it. Because it's the worst choke point. Like look at an Gnar ultimate, like, whew. But yeah, at this point, they lost the fight, so they'll have to like re-evaluate what they want to do, which is the Drake in 3 minutes. It's a lot closer right now. Some crazy Chinese fist fight. Whew. That's close. Alright, so right now, they would want to play for the Drake, I would say. Because the 4th Drake, the most important thing they have to think about is just setting up the Drake. So right now, let's see. Yeah, like, I hope you guys understand the difference, not difference, but like, what they should have done instead. But if they see the opportunity, they went for it. But Gnar's Big Gnar, and then, like, in the heat of the moment, it's like a bit harder to realize. So right now Drake's at 140, right? Let me see. I mean, Zai is still fucking insanely strong. Preferably on the right side. I would prefer to fight when Gnar's small. But let's see. So right now they have the mid push. Like, this mid push allows them to basically secure the bot push as well, because Aphelios will be stuck in the tower. And if Galio manages to push the bot wave, Vex will have to catch the bot wave, then they can take again the next mid wave, and they'll have the control basically. Unless they have the base. But in this case, it seems like they're taking Raptors plus red buff. Maybe for an item, I'm not sure. Because this allows them to get vision back, as you can see. I think right here, taking red buff is like fine. I guess this was the only opportunity for him to take red buff. But I think what I would have rather saw here from top esports is that they should have, instead of taking Raptors, take the mid wave first. And after they take the mid wave, because Galio can move mid, they win 4v4, then take the red buff and Raptors. Because that would allow the left side team to know for sure that that Zaya can still be in bot side, if that makes sense. But right now, like, they see Zaya here, so when they see Zaya split, they can take vision back here. So this is like a small thing, but at the same time really huge, because, yeah, like I said, if they take mid wave here, and then take red buff, and they have the vision here on bot side, and they don't have any vision, Zaya could legit take red buff while applying pressure. because they actually don't know if Zai is taking red buff or if it's in the bot side river. So right here, I can guarantee you that if you wave first, then red buff, and then Viego or Seth can legit show themselves. Let's say Viego doesn't need the base, right? He can just show himself like right here and just do nothing and just back off, and they would think Zaya is there as well, which would allow them as well to keep the vision on the bot side, which is really fucking OP for the Drake, especially if you have Zaya and champs that want to flank. And I can guarantee you they would never do this if they don't see Zaya. Only reason they do this is because they see the Zaya, so they're willing to go in here. So right now, they're again contesting the mid wave, but they managed to get some vision back. Oh, it's a fist fight. Okay, let me see. Okay, so right now, in their mind, from top esports, if I actually watch, Irelia has to push, Galio has to push, Vex is showing, so they're probably communicating, guys, hey, let's contest this mid wave. If they troll, we will kill them. If not, we can just go back to side lanes, because he's teleport, and take vision back. But in this case, I guess this guy's actually no flash, so they're looking for an opportunity on him. So like, it's basically their turn to fight, because Vex was far away, Nar showed on top lane here, and basically they're still strong. I mean, Ophelia should be dying, but ooh. Okay, I guess he doesn't die. I mean, you know, I guess Gala, you know, with any AD carry or any AD carry would have died here, just saying. But Irelia flashed. If that Aphelios got hit here, by the way, and he could jump on him with Galio ultimate, I can tell you that they're not surviving this. But the thing is, there's that... What? How does it even work, man? What? But anyway, like, the Leona dies here, which is the useless member, and now they can probably have a good fight. Shit. It's 2 for 2? No, it's actually 3 for 2, because this guy's dying, I think. Dude, Chinese players, Tian is actually so fucking good as well. But that guy, I think, should have died there. Because, yeah. But anyway, but yeah, basically, like, they used their turn, they saw an opportunity. But here instead, what I would have liked from Gala instead is just that he wouldn't step this far, because the thing right here is that he should be aware that their top can be first, and he has no flash, which is really dangerous for him to step up. He tried to sneak the wave, but the thing is that that was a bit dangerous. He didn't think about Irelia, I think. But that was a little banger fight. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait, actually the 4 Drakes up here. Alright, let's see. So, Irelia has TP in 10 seconds. Nars no TP, Lee Sin slow. So this Drake should be really free for them. Alright, that Lee Sin's fucking tanky. Okay, so right here, Irelia's TPing. They're gonna start the Drake, pull it out, and they should be able to get it for free. And after that, they're just gonna play it towards the top side, and they want to send Galio bot lane with teleport, because Irelia doesn't have TP. That's a bit unlucky, not gonna lie. Oof. Alright. Dude, that's so unlucky. I'm not really unlucky since League is not really luck based, but... Okay, so at this moment, oof. Can they contest this? I think if... In this case, I think Galio has to be together with the team, because Zai Irelia is still actually really strong. They want to wait. Top esports wants to wait till Baron's 2k HP, and then they want to start walking in, because then enemies either like, okay, let's 50-50 it. Okay, not 50-50 it, but let's either turn or finish the Baron, which will increase your chance of winning the fight. So right here, set like, let's say, is behind, they're all together, and they start walking up. Make sure that they can't get flanked from here though. And if they get flanked, then honestly, I think they just have to give that. Because if RNG is good, whoever's like flanking them is just gonna walk a little bit back till they commit more. So let's say they're trying to push out Leona here. Let's say Galio was grouped here, right? Let's say Galio's like right here and Leona's right here. And if they know they're gonna lose because they're gonna get flanked by someone from bot side, and they're let's say trying to push him out, but they can't because like that guy's walking back and they still walk in, they will just get fisted because it's 5v4 and you can't really do too much. But right now Galio's split, taking 3 damage, and his team can't really help him. But imagine Irelia and Xayah, while they're on the Baron, could actually help him. It would be so much better here. Then I can actually see them maybe winning the fight, but in this case, a bit difficult. Like it's like the small things which makes the differences. Wow, how did he not die? Okay, now they get Baron. Oh, but all of this comes actually from Viego getting killed on the Mountain Drake, which is crazy, you know? It's like really close. Okay, now they have Baron, RNG. Now they're gonna play probably towards 2 lanes. They want to probably play towards... Where they have vision, basically. Let's see. So basically right now, they can just play mid in the bot. And since Viego showed topside, I think. Yeah, Viego's showing a wave. So they can show mid or play mid in the bot. I think Aphelios can push his alone. Leona plus Vex can just walk in the river here. Because Viego should bot. As long as Aphelios is hugging his strong side, which is bot side, he should be fine. And as well, the only play top esports have is trying to cheat the Gnar. So by them all showing here is like not necessarily the best, because them being in the middle is usually the best. And I think there's no way he can get engaged if he hooks the bot side. That way as well, they will take the mid wave, they can protect Gnar and continue on bot lane. And preferably one guy as well keeps buffing mid lane, because the longer they're stuck on mid, the better it is, because you can take full vision, rotate, and then they can push again the next mid wave. So right here, in this case RNG, are they all going bot? I mean, if I was in their position, I would have preferred much more that Gnar, it's like awaiting with the tower a little bit. It's like even the previous thing, with top esports, Irelia was playing Irelia. Sorry, yeah, he was playing Irelia, and the bot tower is falling. They should not have hit bot tower, so the wave is going to be more in the middle. That way, Aphelios can take 1 more mid wave, the rest just hover him, Aphelios take mid wave, and then 2 waves to play with, if you're Baron. But right now, unless they dive them, I think this is not good, because especially if you're Baron, and especially if there's T2 towers up, you should play with 2 waves. But right now, if they play on like 1 wave, let's say they take this tower, right? Either they base, or they have to run all the way back to mid lane and then push, and then it takes extra time, which is not good. Especially with Baron, you can always have 5-4 situations, because enemies should be stuck in the tower. But now in this case, if they want to run back mid lane, it's gonna take so long, you know? So with the Baron, they only got 1 bot tower, which is a bit cringe. They could have taken more, but it's the finals and it's like first game, so it's a bit sweaty. So let's see. So right now, I think the Elder Drake should be coming up 3 minutes, I guess? Okay. Let's play faster. It seems like they're playing towards the top side, getting some vision. Oh. If there's nothing happening here, they will just push 1 more mid wave into the top side, get full vision, and take the top tower. So for example, this, what they're doing right here, is what they should have done on the bot side. Because that way, they can actually take, like, top and mid. So now, since they have the top tower, oh, why, that's unlucky actually. Yeah, since they have the top tower here, one guy could again just go to mid lane, take the wave, they should slow push the next wave, and then they can sync the waves, so that they have to be at top and mid. But that Irelia was a bit unlucky, he got spotted, so he got fisted. So he died with GA, so it's open. I think we can skip this part. Ooh, okay. Decent. Oh, respectable though, respectable. I respect Way, legend. Oh, that's set. I think it's GG. They're dead for 40 seconds. They should be able to end here if they just hit the wave. It's GG, right? I think they could actually end it here. It's just a small thing, but I think if this guy just legit goes melee range under the turret and just hits like this, you know, and just stopwatch, and then if Galio goes in him, he just starts hitting him, and then like worst case he's gonna be 1 HP, stopwatches, Vex can tank, that guy will die, and then they just take the bot tower. Because I think that Galio should not be able to do this, because I don't think he can ever die. He could have ended here if he wanted to. But now there's no mini wave, so it's a bit blurry. So I guess they have to go for attempt 2. I'm not sure how Zhao took tower damage as well. He took some damage, I don't know. Ah, never mind. Okay, so now I guess they're just gonna... Actually, this side is pretty quick though. He saw the play. If you want to play it safe, you can just kill the Irelia and then look for this play when there's a wave. But he went for a kill opportunity, which is nice. Okay, anyway, now the Elder is up. Oof, left side, like at this point, Vex is like so much stronger than Galio, and they can actually heal up from the Xayah damage. So it's gonna be a bit difficult. Like at this point, they have the position because they want to fight, and especially at this point, they will be able to get the mid push as well because right side champs is a bit outscaled at this point, to be honest. Unless Seth has like an insane ultimate, but now they can take 3 Elder, or if they're trolling, they can just kill them, which they are, because Nara's flanking from behind. No one can go on him, and they're split, so they're taking 3 men. GG played. And it's over, I guess. Should be over. Wait, actually, I think they could have ended the game though. I think right here, when they killed the Xayah, he's dead for like 55 seconds, right? So right now they can just go top and end the game. Because Xayah, like they have like Viego, Galio, Irelia set, right? Completely useless. But they just wanted to do the safe way and just take Elder and Baron, which is fine as well. Because they're gonna win the game either way. This is safer. Yeah, I don't think I can do too much here. This is GG. But yeah, that's basically my VOD review about my perspective, and yeah, that's it. It's my first VOD review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace, boys.